Good morning from Colorado. Here we are at National Park number 19, Mesa Verde. Come on, let's go see what we can find.
Breezy up here, but it's a pretty nice day. I mean, it's in the 60s, so we're lucked out. This warm this early in the year.
What that is?
Oh, bird.
Well, I know that.
Probably.
I wonder what kind.
Probably a buzzard. Hey.
I want it to be a golden eagle.
We're at our second stop
this way.
right here. This one's called Geologic Overlook, and so far it's been just semi-impressive. I guess we're a little spoiled from some of the views that we've seen just very recently in Utah. Still, probably be very nice further in the spring or summer.
This information plaque that's here says that within the last 65 million years, the landscape before you was formed by a series of uplift followed by erosion. 65 million years. That is incredible. Just incredible. I'm not sure if that is some little dwellings that I've zoomed in. And they're all over the place out here. You just don't know where they are.
There's like artifacts in a kiva is what it was called. And I guess that's some kind of reservoir in there. Can you see down on there?
This was called the Pipe House. They believe that this is where religious ceremonies possibly were held.
A reservoir for water.
A reservoir for water. When they excavated this, they found numerous pipes.
And the pottery and artifacts that suggest possibly a religious site. Some kind of ceremonial area.
This is the Farview community. It is more than 750 years old. Long before the famous cliff dwellings were built in the area around you. It was a well-established ancestral Puebloan farming community starting at around 800 AD. They estimate that about 30 families lived in this building here, or the remains of this farming community. We can go inside this one. I just have to keep James from climbing on the walls. This is Coyote Village. Like most of the homes and villages in the Farview community, this was constructed long before Mesa Verde's famous cliff dwellings. Starting before AD 975, Coyote Village was built and occupied, abandoned, and rebuilt and reoccupied several times. Each time people returned, they used some of the stones and the timbers, adding or remodeling rooms their ancestors had built. These are called kivas. We are not exactly sure what they were used for. We're going to try to find out. Looks like they could have held water. Some of them could have been used for bathing. Some of them for drinking water. Some of them connected. They connected with each other. This is pretty big. This was their reservoir. Let's go over here to this sign and see what it tells us. This is the megalithic house. And they've built this structure around it to preserve the ruins. They believe this home was for one extended family. I don't know. Can't imagine living like this.
Way cool.
They are way cool.
This is Spruce Tree House Cliff Dwelling. It is closed because of the danger of rock fall. But we can get a little closer to this. This was built in AD 1200.
It's over 800 years old.
This is pretty cool. Could you imagine living like that? Living in there? I think they believe
There's a crow that's been following us.
that there was about 80 people that lived in this dwelling. Okay, these are all kinds of little granaries around here. Looks like where they store their food. This is the dwelling down here. Where they live. This is a pit house. This is the main section here where the family would live. That center area is where the fire would be. And the family would lay around on mats.
They said that these stones that are laying here that are broken now were deflective stones that would stand up around the fire to keep smoke from blowing into people's faces while they were working or sleeping or whatever. But they're all just remnants now, just laying there broken. Wild.
They believe this is from AD 600.
Yeah.
This is an archaeological site. Yeah. They have another building over this one to protect it from the weather. This dwelling is from AD 1200 to 1300. The ranger was saying that the square dwellings were for living and the round dwellings were for ceremonial use. This is Cliff Palace. This is the largest of the cliff dwellings here in Mesa Verde National Park. It is closed because they're doing construction on the road, so we cannot get over there. So we have to view it from this distance. So I'm going to zoom in here. It's just incredible. The construction, the engineering, yes, it's just amazing. Also, how high up in that cliff it is. That's crazy. Over here's another one. This dwelling here has about 20 rooms. As you can see, there's a lower and an upper kind of level, a lower and an upper level.
Have you?
Yeah.
Thanks.
It's just absolutely incredible to me that that long ago they could build stuff like this. A home, a community, places to live. And these cliffs.
Well, we are at Sun Temple site, and it's out here on I don't know what to call it. It'd be like a peninsula, except it's surrounded by dry canyons. And there's some debate on why this structure was built here and why it's so massive. But to me, I think it has to do with location. It's just a unique location for a structure, and got great vantage points, and maybe it had some kind of, like they were saying, celestial observation. Who knows? But this is a beautiful location. If I was going to build something like this, I would build it here myself.
This is Cliff Palace right here. And this is actually the largest dwelling I said that in a prior video and that was incorrect. This is the one that housed about 150 people, they believe. And it's the largest dwelling that they have here in the Mesa Verde National Park. Well, we have finished up Mesa Verde National Park, and I have to say, what a surprise. We came to this park not expecting a whole lot, and we were pleasantly surprised. We've spent the whole day here visiting the little pueblos, the cliff dwellings, the what are those other little houses called?
Mesa home sites.
Mesa home sites, and yeah, it's pretty cool. This stuff dated back to the oldest thing we saw was 600 AD to 1300 AD, and yeah, it's just been pretty cool.